They took away battery power for qualifying, so you can't even go full out now in a Formula One car. What the are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing? Formula One car, you're supposed to be able to push to the goddamn limit. That's what you want to see. You want to see drivers pushing their cars, the best designed cars in the world, to the limit. But now you can't even go full throttle through 130R because the car is clipping to charge the battery? What the fuck are we doing?
Welcome to the paddock, F1 with Greenie and the cheese. We're caffeinated, we're medicated. It's a podcast by fans for fans. Your dose of F1 news. All the races, all the tracks, and all the drama. Coming up on today's show.
Yes, yes, yes. You know what that sound means. Time for In the Paddock F1, Greenie and the Cheese. Round 3 of the 2026 F1 season takes us to our second stop in Asia as F1 returns to the Isle of Japan for the 40th time as the Japanese Grand Prix. Japan known for its cherry blossoms, which right now are in full blossom. Mount Fuji, cutting edge tech, bullet trains, anime, and Mike's favorite, karaoke. Give me your go-to song, sir.
What's my go-to song right now? I'm gonna go with "South of the Border" by Frank Sinatra. A little old ditty from back in the day, down Mexico way.
Say No Travel Show. This is an F1 show, and we're racing the classic Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles, 2 active aero zones with these new ridiculous rules. 18 corners, classic corners in there as well. Dunlop Spoon, 130R, which you can't even give it the full beans through anymore because your car's clipping and you're losing speed. Effing ridiculous. You give it the full beans for, I don't know, 60 to 63%ish now, since you can't go full throttle. I don't know. This is. I want to puke right now, to be honest.
It screwed up the whole beginning for you. The new regs screwed up everything.
Screwed it all up.
It screwed up everything. Are you ready to get into this? I'm sorry. Did I just blow your beginning?
No, you didn't.
I think you lost the mojo.
I think I lost a little bit there because I don't even know how much you're giving it the full beans for anymore. But we got a crazy weekend here. Kimi on pole, dropped to 6th from the start with these new rules and the Mercedes not being able to get off the line. Airman had a hard crash in there because of the new engine rules, it looks like. Safety car in there. Kimi capitalized by being able to pit under the safety car. Takes his second win in a row as well. Piastri takes second in the McLaren. How about that? And Leclerc takes third to round out the podium. We got a lot to unpack after this one, boys and girls. We are caffeinated. We are medicated. Good day, sir.
Good day, yeah. Kimi Antonelli looking like the best Italian driver since Alberto Ascari back in '53 out here. Really, it's been a long time since we've seen a Italian driver and a young driver dominate like this. Obviously, there's a lot going on, a lot to unpack. Absolute craziness on the track at the beginning. And we didn't even say George Russell pissed as hell. Very, very interesting. Mercedes won, and McLaren showing back up. Finally, Oscar Piastri actually showing up to a race on the track. Only took him three tries, but I guess third time is the charm for Oscar Piastri as he finishes second. I don't know what to do with that, as you have Oscar Piastri beating his teammate, world champion Lando Norris. You have Charles Leclerc beating out 7-time world champion, his teammate, Lewis Hamilton. And you got Kimi Antonelli beating out who everyone's saying was going to be the 2026 champion in George Russell. a lot to unpack just with that. It's been a while since we've seen a rainbow podium with 3 different teams on podium and 3 different teams, 1, 2, 3. Those same 3 teams, 4, 5, 6 in that order, and then 4 different teams, 7 through 10. And a lot of crazy passing going on. A lot of back and forth, as we saw, as you had mentioned before. So it does feel totally different. Max Verstappen becoming persona non grata. And Haas, throw that in there, hanging on to 4th in the driver's standings before our spring break, as it may be. So, yeah, I don't even know what you want to get into first. I really think George Russell is a bigger story here. But go ahead.
Kimi Antonelli winning again. Youngest driver to be leading the world championship at any point of a season. So, 19 years and change. Russell struggled all weekend. Definitely the car setup wasn't, what he liked, because he was, complaining about the rear end and not being able to get the grip end in the rear all, through quali. Into the race as well. The Mercedes definitely needs clean air, because once the car's in clean air, it is gone. But they definitely had some, definitely had issues, Russell trying to get back through the field, after the bad break of when the safety car came out, and him had just being in the pits, which actually going for the undercut this weekend didn't seem to give you any type of advantage anyway, because there wasn't much degradation of the tires with the new tarmac that would lay down on Suzuka. But Kimi's, definitely got a little booster, I'd say, from after, winning last time out too. So something there. Piastri first start gets on the podium. McLaren definitely looked better. Maybe the track here at Suzuka fitted their, car design a little bit better. They did bring some upgrades to the front wing, I believe, as well. So maybe that it's, something to do there as well. But maybe it just suits their car better. Maybe they got a little bit better idea on what's going on with the engine too now, after not being able to start at the last race out in China. Ferrari still chugging along. Leclerc just looks really good this year so far. Definitely, engine power is definitely down to the Mercedes for sure. So losing out on down the straights, but in the corner, the car looks really good, especially carrying the speed through it. So definitely things that Ferrari can build on as well going in here. Still another podium for Ferrari as well. That's a podium every race so far. Leclerc with 2 now to start. But the engine regs are just, how can they took away battery power for qualifying, so you can't even go full out now in a Formula One car. What the fuck are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing? Formula One car, you're supposed to be able to push to the goddamn limit. That's what you want to see. You want to see drivers pushing their cars, the best designed cars in the world, to the limit, pushing it to the edge, going full throttle. But now you can't even go full throttle through 130R because the car is clipping to charge the battery? What the fuck are we doing? I could see why Max Verstappen would be thinking of quitting after the season, because it's kind of a joke. You've taken the skill out of the driver's hand by pushing the car to the limit. That's Formula One. Not pushing a button to pass somebody, or, letting somebody pass you here so you can pass somebody on the next straight. It's kind of ridiculous. It's not Formula One that I don't know, maybe some people enjoy it because you got people passing, but it's just the same people passing each other back and forth in a way. It's not like a lot of cars were traveling up through the pack.
No, if that was the case, Max Verstappen would have had a much better result. Absolutely, and he even showed he had a really hard time passing, or when he ended up behind Pierre Gasly, he had a really hard time, which shouldn't be the case. The Alpine isn't better than the Red Bull, but clearly it is at the moment, right? And
looks like it.
And Max Verstappen is not a
But
worse driver than.
Pierre Gasly's also, getting every damn thing you can get out of that Alpine right now. He's driving at probably the best level that he might have been driving in his entire career right now.
He
I'll
is.
state that.
Absolutely, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but I think we're going to leave it at that for now. We got a lot more coming in winners and losers, and somebody's going to get slapped really, really hard, but I don't know.
No,
Ferrari's clearly number 2.
The engine thing is absolutely ridiculous, dude. Like, you can't push a car. They took away the battery for, I don't know what the F reason that was for, to change the rules and only give them, 8 joules compared to 9 joules. I mean, they should be giving them 12 joules for qualifying and let these guys give it a go. I mean, even back, years ago before the DRS, if you remember the KERS system, which the drivers would be able to push a button to get, boost, and you only get a certain amount per lap. I mean, I'd rather go back to that than what we got right now. I mean, at least the cars, you were able to you could push it to the limit, going through, the Turkish Grand Prix, going through that, the corner there at the triple right-hander, going full throttle. I mean, you couldn't do that now in the cars you got now. I mean, you'd be clipping through the damn thing. Losing miles. I mean, you can see the cars are slowing down the straightaway. That's Suzuka, for Christ's sake. You didn't even have to push the brakes to go into the first corner because the engine clipped it to slow the car down for you. What are we doing, man? Seriously. What are we fucking doing? This is not Formula One racing. This is a fucking joke.
You said it last year. I think during the summer break episode that we put out, that you said this is going to be closer to Formula E than Formula One. And I think that seems to be coming to fruition. It seems that your prognostication is being prognosticated, because that's kind of what it feels like. It sounds like a Formula One car, but it feels like a Formula E driving. Thoughts on that?
Pretty damn close to that, yeah. I mean, it's definitely got more juice than a Formula, the Formula E. I think the Formula E cars only have like something around 450 or 500 horsepower compared to the Formula One car, which is 9 to 1,000. Even when both systems are working at the same time. But that's not happening. I mean, they really need to rethink this or be able to give these guys more joule recharge so that they can keep these batteries charged more to be able to go full throttle and push the cars to the limit to bring it back to what Formula One is supposed to be. Or you're going to have to bail on this engine system and go back to, you want to be sustainable, go to a sustainable fuel V8 or V10. And at least you'll get that sound and roar back that Formula One fans loved, that is missed from the sport, and then the guys can go full throttle and push the cars to the limit. Because you're not able to push a car to a limit in Formula One right now. It's a joke.
And with that, pushing it to the limit, I think it's time for me to strap on my helmet and you to whip up some crazy questions, try to stump me once again. Not with karaoke questions this time, but with actual Formula One questions as we take a lap around Suzuka. 3 sectors, 3 questions. It is Quizmaster's cockpit. I'm mildly prepared for this one in this ridiculously early morning East Coast time here. Brain's a little foggy. I had some appliance issues this morning, which I won't get into, but
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Does it care if you're going to be able to answer 3 questions in a row? Because if you don't answer all 3 questions, that determines how we proceed in the next segment for winners, losers, and slap. If you get all 3 right, we go right to winners.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get all 3, we go to losers. If you get all 3 wrong, we just give you a slap right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
So here we go. Are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
Question number 1. This is a cake. This is a cupcake. So if you don't get this, you deserve to slap your own damn self, to be honest. When was the first F1 Grand Prix held at Suzuka? That is correct, sir.
All right. Get over the first hump. Don't have to slap myself. Not going to leave this going into spring break in disgrace. All right. So we are over the anxiety. Thank you for the easy cupcake.
Question number 2. This is a good one I came across. How many drivers have clinched the driver's title at Suzuka? Because as you recall, the Japanese Grand Prix used to be at the end of the season.
That's correct.
So how many drivers have clinched the driver's title at Suzuka?
I think Shumi did. Mika did. Senna, Prost. I'm going to go with those 4. I'll say 4. It's probably more than that, though. Probably forgetting.
It's actually a lot more. It's
a lot more. Mansell, I think, clinched.
Incorrect. It is actually a baker's dozen. Number 13.
Wow.
13 drivers clinched the driver's title.
Different drivers?
Suzuka. Different drivers.
13 different drivers.
How about it?
How about that?
So, that'll show where we're going next, but we're going to give you the third question anyway.
All right, give me the third question anyway.
Because I actually liked this damn question when I came across it. Since the start of the century, named 3 drivers to win the following race after their maiden victory. So they won their first ever race.
Okay.
And the next race out, they won as well.
3 drivers.
3 drivers have done it. Since the turn of the century. So since, 2000.
It wasn't Max.
I came across. It was not.
I'll go with Lewis and Vettel.
It's 3.
3. Fernando.
Third one happened. Third one happened today, jackass.
Well, yeah, oh my God. Well, I didn't think you.
You jackass.
That was kind of a curveball there. Obviously, we just talked about, and there was another one.
But that is actually also incorrect, sir.
All right, give it to
3
me.
drivers to have done it. Of course, today with Kimi Antonelli.
Right, yeah.
Lewis Hamilton did it in 2007.
All right, I got Lewis Hamilton.
And a third driver, Charles Leclerc in 2019.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, but it still makes me a loser.
Very interesting. That is right. So that'll take us right into losers.
Chock full of those today.
Chock full of those today. Williams, 20th and a 15th. I mean, barely got out of Q3. I mean, you really thought going into the season that Williams was actually going to be progressing, especially out of the way they ended, 2025 and spending a lot of time developing this new car, as they said. But it's been just a straight disaster for Williams. I mean, they've definitely gone backwards. They're probably just, in front of Aston and Cadillac, the brand new team on the grid, who's actually not even the worst team on the grid either. So,
yeah, Cadillac is definitely not the worst team, and they might be better than. They're definitely better than Aston Martin. They might be better than Williams. I mean, give it to Alex Albon for actually finishing the race, the only driver on the track to be lapped twice today. But at least he got in the car and finished the race. I think that was just a pride thing. Because I think if he was started last time out in China or finished the race last time out in China, I don't think he would have stayed out there. But, yep, Williams is a disaster. All right, go ahead.
And, of course, just Aston. I mean, they actually had a driver finish the race, so that was impressive. But it's still an absolute. I mean, it's still an absolute mess.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
I mean,
surprised if Fernando
it is.
Alonso's traded with Colapinto. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, yeah, let him, let Fernando be reunited with Flavio and maybe throw some old school magic in there and maybe get
Him
like
and
Fernando a
Gasly.
win so he can be like the oldest driver to win a Formula One race. That'd be something fun to see.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be a pretty damn good pairing right now, to be honest with
that would be
the
a
way
great pairing right now. We'll get to that in a minute. But
yeah.
yeah, the Aston
Mhm.
Martin is an absolute disaster.
So those would be my losers right now. We'll stick with that.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of hope in Audi going into the weekend and a lot of excitement with them, and they just
Hmm.
completely just freaking blew it. Um,
No race pace.
no race pace, a lot of back end movement, a lot of management issues going on. So we'll see what happens with Audi going forward. But definitely a disappointing weekend all around for Audi. And I mean Red Bull. I don't care if Max got his 4 points. Congratulations, Max Verstappen.
Oh,
What a
Red Bull's a mess.
disaster. Was
Red
that?
Bull's a mess.
Red
Red
Bull's
Bull's a
an
mess.
absolute disaster right now. I think we're seeing. I don't know what Max Verstappen did to will that car in the fall.
where did Hajar finish?
12th.
12th. I mean, yeah, that's not good enough, dude. It's not good
Yeah.
enough.
That's just bad news for Red Bull. So we can
Couldn't even-
clearly see
yeah, Max couldn't get by an Alpine. I mean,
Max
that's
could
where
not
the Red
pass
Bull's
Pierre
at.
Gasly. Listen,
I
we'll get to
mean-
Pierre Gasly in a minute here, but those are
But
my
still.
losers. Cheese. We got some winners, so let's hit those up.
The aforementioned Pierre Gasly for damn sure, driving the best he's probably driven in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's pushing that Alpine to places that Alpine probably shouldn't be right now. Absolutely got to give it up to Pierre in the points again. I'm going to give it to Liam Lawson. Ninth place finish. Solid in the points again. The Racing Bulls are definitely struggling still a bit, but getting the points again, got to give it up.
Liam Lawson, he's better in the Racing Bull than he was in the Red Bull.
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah.
How is that possible? Hey, it's Bizarro World.
Yeah.
There's like no big salad. Just take 2 small salads, and that's your big salad. If you get the reference, like it's Bizarro that Liam Lawson is better in the Racing Bull than he was in the Red Bull. And I knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. And the fact that he beat Isaac Hadjar again, 2 out of 3 races, Liam Lawson has beat Isaac Hadjar. It's wow. It shouldn't be wow because I feel we knew this was going to happen. But I'm sorry to interject on your parade there, but I just had to interject there on Liam Lawson. That's
No.
Give it up. Give it up. I don't know what the hell's
Give it
going
up,
on.
dude.
Yeah.
It looks like the Racing Bull might be a better car than the Red Bull right now. even
How
though
is
that's
the
same
junior
house,
team
right?
a better car?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. It makes no goddamn sense, dude.
Live Bizarro.
Makes- It's absolutely. Oh, it's Bizarro World for damn sure. Those are my winners. Hit it up, dude. Who you bringing?
Listen, first I'm going to go with McLaren, who's back on the map, who actually started a race and beautifully finished 2nd and 5th after just a disastrous start, persona non grata, now putting themselves clearly into 3rd and clearly threatening Ferrari right off the bat because they definitely scored more points than Ferrari this weekend. So an immediate threat to Ferrari. Ferrari thought they were sitting pretty all alone in 2nd there behind Mercedes, and now they have a challenge in McLaren, and we'll see what happens going forward, and we'll see if McLaren ends up being the better car than Ferrari. Sorry, but someone's nipping at your heels, because all you have nipping at your heels was Haas a minute ago, who maintains 4th place, and that is because, yes, it's a point, but every point counts, especially when you are messing around outside the top 3, and Esteban Ocon, give it up. 1 point, I'll take the 1 point. Haas definitely was not bringing anything this weekend at all.
Struggle. Definitely struggle.
All. This is the first weekend we've seen them struggle, even going back from the fall into, testing, and this is the first time we've seen them really, really struggle. Which brings us, of course, sir, to the most important part of the show.
I need to slap my goddamn self for that.
And that is our slap of the week.
Go for it, big guy. This is yours.
Listen, the aforementioned Ollie Bear, man, he's gotten so much praise on this show, as he should. The guy was sitting in fifth in the World Drivers' Championship. I don't care if it was after 2 races or not. He's finished in 7th at the moment, but just getting eliminated in Q1 just set the standard for him. Something that was surprising for him, surprising for everyone after such a great start. And that set up, I think, for the bad weekend. I don't know what the hell happened with Franco Colapinto, but I should, line him up right next to Ollie and maybe slap them both. Maybe one with the left and one with the right. Because, I don't know, you wanted to blame, the recharging of the engine. I don't know what was going on with Colapinto around there. He took Ollie off the track.
Slow.
Ollie wasn't going anywhere anyway. He wasn't finishing on the points anyway. But just a disaster for him after setting the pace. Listen, if this was Ollie Bearman of last year, where it was ups and downs and he wasn't competitive, even though he finished in the 10th, I believe, last year in the World Drivers' Championship points. But an opportunity wasted here for Haas to really fill that space in 4th. And it should have been another double points weekend for Haas. It really, really should have been. Especially with Ocon showing he scored a point and no significant DNFs this week. So, should have been a double points weekend for Haas. Ollie just single-handedly blew it. I don't know what happened. He's driven well at Suzuka in the past. But...
like a bat out of hell because he had so much more of a speed than Colapinto.
But it was overall. Overall. It wasn't just that. That was the icing on the cake.
That ruined the race right there. Especially, you could have had could have pit after. Could have been something else happening in the race. Who the heck knows? Could have got moved up. It
definitely started a chain of events with the pit stop. Put George Russell could have finished on podium, so definitely helped Charles Leclerc out for sure. I don't know if it would have hurt Leclerc, but it definitely helped for sure. In the end, the results are the results, and another Ferrari podium, and that may not have happened. It might have been George Russell on podium if that didn't happen. So I don't know if you're going to thank me or the Haas crew or not, but slap your damn self, Ollie.
Ah, yes. That's how it means. Time to take that fantasy ride to that fantasy island of Green Toby. Where the beer flows like wine, the wine flows like beer. And that cannabis, oh yes, my friends, that cannabis grows as far as the eyes can see. Look at it out there. Green and luscious. Take a little whiff. Woo!
I need to take a big whiff after this one.
That air smells fantastic. You're damn right after this weekend. Oh, it was rough.
Woof.
Take a little walk to the top of the hill. Casino at the top. With our tickets in hand, are we cashing in or are we checking out? I know I am heading to the counter to get the hell out of here because it was not a good weekend.
I am not going to have enough to do what I want to do on spring break because I don't even want to go through my bets here. But between the two of us, we placed, I believe, 9 bets. And I believe one of the few times doing this segment ever, both of us went over. My good friend Ofer showed up, slapped me in the face, slap you in the face. Let's go through what we had. First of all, to back it up a little bit, out of all the bets across the board that were the major bets that we do each week, which is, podium finish, top 6 driver, top 10 driver, double podium, as far as the constructor, double podium or double top 6, double top 10 for the constructor as well, and then trifecta. That's pretty much what we do. So it's several hundred different bets only 4 of them on the plus line panned out, and we had none. So Oscar Piastri finishing on podium at anywhere from plus 100 to plus 125, depending on the site you were using. Esteban Ocon finishing top 10 plus 185, 150 to 185, depending on what site you were on as well. Antonelli, Piastri, and Leclerc. Box was plus 700, but straight was plus 3,300 if you hit that.
Oh, that's juicy.
You were doing the Snoopy dance if you were doing that
right.
one.
You're damn right.
Doing the Charlie Brown, that's for damn sure. So we hit none of those. I had Lindblad top 10 plus 130 to hit that. Verstappen top 6 plus 145. Haas double top 10. Slapped my damn self for that one. Russell to win at plus 185, which I thought was a really good bet. Definitely turned out to not be
Safety
a good bet.
in that.
Safety car in that one. Antonelli, Russell, Leclerc straight. Obviously didn't hit that. And Russell, Antonelli, Piastri box. I had the Piastri in the box, but it didn't really help without Leclerc in there. That would have been a nice plus 700. You had Russell for the win as well. You had Audi double top 10. You didn't get any in the top 10. And you had Antonelli, Russell, Leclerc straight and box. You didn't got either of those. You also had Lindblad top 10. And you doubled down in the Audi with Nico Hulkenberg at plus 160, 50 across the board, 300 down for you, 500 down for me. No spring break for me. I am at a staycation after bombing that. Up-to-date numbers. You, sir, are below the ROI number. You are not going to go wire to wire. You are at 4,820 greeny bucks, slightly below the 5,000. And I am all the way down. They're going to come take my thumbs. I got 4,155 greeny bucks. Only 3 races in. I'm going to have to do some thinking or some drinking or something after this one, because I am big hit, an absolute big kick in the yam bags for me, and I think it's a good time to take about 4 weeks off and recoup. After, of course, having our best week we've ever had on the program as far as downloads for Spotify, Apple, YouTube, definitely across the board. So thank you all for that, for tuning in. I know we're going to get into in the news in a moment, although we're going to have a lot of in the news and programs coming up as well, and all kinds of exciting new stuff. So do you want to get into that? You want to save some stuff for next week?
I don't have too much, to be honest.
We're going to have a lot coming up because there's not going to be much else to talk about. So before we get into that, let's tease some things. We are working on a couple of things here that we'll have over the next month. We're going to have a total, cheese, your brain is clicking, because we're going to have a global tour, the world tour, sir, of Quizmaster's Cockpit. Going to pick a couple different tracks, maybe. Going to take a world around the globe. And you're going to have questions from all around the world. So we're going to have a show on that. Look for any participation with that. We're going to do a live stream at some point over the next month. We're working on that at the moment. So we'll have much more information. Definitely many more reasons to stay tuned to the program during this impromptu spring break. Before I turn it back over to you, Cheese, anything going on in the news?
A couple things, of course, we did touch on it earlier. Max is pissed as hell. Doesn't like these new cars at all. Says he's not having any fun. Saying he's thinking about leaving and quitting Formula One at the end of the season. Probably going to his GT3 team. Thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that are, listen, we all get pissed at our jobs and want to quit at some point or another. But not many people listening to this program make $50 to $60 million a year. All right? So you could be as pissed as you want, and then you look at the amount of money you're making, and then you're great. You go to Max is in his 20s, dude. Like, his
29.
earning power is limited, especially in racing. So say he has 10 more years left, max, no pun intended, right? That has earning potential of 50, 60, 70 million dollars annually. He's going to have to go where the money is. It's just, he could be a billionaire by the time he's 35 years old. If he plays it right. And then at 35, at the ripe old age, cheese, of 35, when you have the rest of your life, you can do whatever the hell you want because you're a billionaire. So, to me, that makes sense. To him, I don't know what makes sense. He might say, you know, I have more than enough money to last me the rest of my life and I could just retire right now and do whatever I want. I get it.
Still make money doing the GT3
Still make
thing. I mean,
plenty of money. I mean, he's not going to make F1 money. He's not going to make anywhere close to that.
Probably doesn't have to.
He doesn't. You and I and our listeners are not in that position. Right,
no.
we are, none of us are in that position to go say, what's 50 million when I can make 3 million? 3 million's a lot of money. If I told anyone that I know that you can quit your job to make $3 million a year, most people, if not every single person that I know, would do that, right? But there are certain people that would be a massive downgrade. So there is pride in that. There is money in that. But
I mean, it would be bad for Formula One if he walked away because of their new regulations. I mean, that would be not a good look for Formula One to lose, you know, one of the best drivers in F1 history. You know, Max Verstappen is third on the wins list at 71 wins for a career. He's third most in Formula One history, the history of the bloody sport. So if he walked away because of the new regulations in his prime, I mean, that would not be a good look for the sport in general. My opinion. That would not be a good look.
Wouldn't be a good look. I mean, it would probably be the biggest walk since, like, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Walking away from the NBA, which was not a good look. He did it. He went from making $30 million a year in 1995, which extrapolated now is probably close to $100 million a year. I could do the math, but you know, with my inflation calculator. But yeah, he walked away to make minimum wage baseball salary, minor league, making $50,000, $60,000 a year. There might have been other factors at play there, but the same kind of, this would be the most shocking thing since then. It's not like he's retiring and walking away and going sitting on the beach. He's going to do in the same type of sport, but a different league. And to me, that's what the comparison is. I if you could think of another one, I'd like to hear it, because I can't, off the top of my head.
That's the best one I can think of, to be honest.
I mean, it's not as, he's no Michael Jordan, but it's sort of a close comparison there. So yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. There's gonna be a lot of space for a lot of talk and tabloid talk for sure. But you know, shit or get off the pot. Either quit or don't.
I mean, I can see him walking away, to be honest. So
yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, he's always said that he's not here to do it for the rest of his life. Once he's had enough, he's had enough. So, I mean, he could also step away and come back in a couple of years if, you know, some regulations or something change. I mean, I don't see a team that's on the grid that if he left and decided to come back, that had an open seat, that wouldn't offer him a contract. So, no matter if it's 2 years or a couple of years down the line. So, you know, if he decided to do that.
I can see that. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
A la Michael Jordan. Anyway, what else you got before we finish this up?
It's been confirmed pretty much that Adrian Newey will be stepping down as team principal and just concentrating on designing the car at Aston Martin, as we discussed the last time out. But this was an interesting thing that I came across. There's a rumor floating around that Christian Horner, instead of Jonathan Wheatley, could be team principal at Aston Martin. Thoughts on that?
I think we talked about this last summer. That rumor was going around.
Mm-hmm.
It depends how much money Lawrence Stroll wants to spend here on the Aston Martin team. It just depends how much cash he wants to plunk down. And the same thing with Max Verstappen as it is with Christian Horner. He's a legitimate billionaire, this guy. So does he want to come back? And he's not in his 20s. He's in his 40s. And he could just sit around and sit on a beach for the rest of his life and do whatever he wants. Doesn't have to come back and doesn't have anything to prove as well.
I think he wants to come back because just because of the way that things ended at Red Bull. I think that left a bad taste in his mouth. So I think he wants to come back to prove maybe Red Bull wrong, that they made the wrong decision. So
again, rumors. I'll believe it when I see it. Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah,
it's easy to say you're going to come back, especially in his position. It's a lot harder to do, and it's a lot harder to realize when you spent 25 years, 30 years of your life getting up at 4:30 in the morning at the crack of dawn and answering emails and doing press and dealing with a million different things. And then you start sleeping till like 9 and getting up and casually have a cup of coffee, maybe roasting a bowl in the backyard, kicking your feet back. That's hard to get back in, especially when you're a billionaire, right? It's hard. It's hard to go back to that life. There's a reason he made that much money, because he was getting up at 4:30 in the morning every day, going to sleep at midnight, getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep. It's not easy to go back if you're doing whatever the hell you want, whenever you want to do it. I know you could talk about it, but it's a lot harder, especially when he's 47. He'll be 47 this year. So, I don't know. That's what I think of. But, again, shit or get off the pot. If you're going to do it, do it. And I'll believe it when I see it.
That's pretty much really all I got for you.
All right. So I want to say where we're heading next, but it's going to be a while. But where are we headed next, sir?
We're going to Miami next.
In a while.
Racing in the parking lot for quite a while here. Racing in the parking lot.
All right. Well, we get a month off to get excited for a parking lot.
Can't wait to see the clipping down that long backstretch. That's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be an interesting race because the track was not built at all for these cars.
Formula One's going to have to take the next month and figure shit out. Because they got to figure something out. They're going to have to do something. Going to have to make the cars be able to recover more energy or something, because this is a joke.
Yeah. Well, anyway, with all of that, God bless all of our troops all around the world that are dealing with the conflict in the Middle East. It's going to keep a lot of things very, very hairy over the next few months here, at least. Hopefully it ends as soon as possible, and hopefully everyone that's listening is in a safe place and their families are safe as well. Say what you got to say, brother.
Catch you guys next time. Probably in the news or come up with something for you. But as always, stay medicated, my friends.
Peace.
In the paddock with Greenie and the cheese, coming live from the US of A. Podcast groove, the boys bring you the F1 news, everything you need, so you know just what to do. And it's all alright, 'cause they do it right. In the paddock with Greenie and the cheese. In the paddock with Greenie and the cheese. In the paddock with Greenie and the cheese. Ferrari's gonna drive you crazy. Mad Max, he's so amazing. McLaren, Merc, and more. In the paddock with Greenie and the cheese. And they know their way around the track. When you need the facts, you can trust them. macaroni and the cheese.